My name is Sandra Faustina and I teach beginners jazz at the Free Movement Dance Studio. Now this class is for anyone who wants to learn how to dance, and I really just want to make sure that for everyone that comes for class, you'll feel confident by the end of it, whether or not you take classes in the Free Movement Dance Studio or outside for any other dance classes. So what I'll go through is basic jazz techniques, and I also like to go through jazz styling. So the kind of style that I like to go for is a little bit more of the old school jazz, where you have a lot of the stylings going on, the shimmy hands and things like that. But all in all, my main focus for the class is for you to be confident whether or not you're in here in free movement taking classes or outside taking classes. I built a lot on the strength of the ankles and the legs especially, but sometimes in class I'll also throw in props like things like fedoras, things like canes and things like that. So come and join us for class. I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I'll do for the different classes. Don't feel pressured at all. Don't worry if you have no dance experience. I'm more than happy to guide. And honestly, at the Free Movement Dance Studio, no one's here to be competitive. Everyone's just focused on personal growth, and that's the most important thing. So come, let's go over to the bar. So over here in the studio, what I like to do is I like to first go through feet positions. So feet positions in jazz can be a little bit different from ballet, and that's a good thing because I'll go through what is the difference between a parallel and a turnout. And we're going through very basic feet positions first before we do any of the feet jumps or feet leaps and all the stuff and stuff. So one of the things that I'll go through is the difference between parallel legs, parallel, open second, and also first position and open second position. So in jazz and a lot of the styling, you'll realize that there is a lot of big movements. And with the big movements, there's also a lot of the hip isolations. So how that comes about is when you actually have your feet together and you realize that you can go a lot of twist, and a twist, and a twist, and a twist. And also at the same time, if you have your feet big and wide, so what I like to do is I like to say open, close, open, close. So this is your second, parallel second. So your toes are pointing forward and not turned out. So toes are pointing forward, we call it parallel second. And a lot of times we have a lot of the shifts, and the shifts, and the shifts, and the shifts. So all of this shifting of the hip, you see a lot in the jazz styling. So you don't go like walk, 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 walk and just the shoulders, but you go boom, and boom, and boom. So you have a lot of the hip movements. But before we can actually go for the hip movements and things like that, I always like to make sure that your feet are in the right position. Because if you're a little bit sickle, so this is what I call sickle footed, means your toes are pointing inwards, then you're going to get hurt really quickly. And even though the free movement dance floor is actually a great floor because it's round floor, you want to make sure that your feet are very parallel. So right now, I'm going to show you just a very short choreography of the kind of techniques that I'll do in class that will be infused into dance. So here it is. So I hope you really enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But if not, I'll see you in class really soon. Bye!